Hello students, welcome to Vedantu NEET English. I am Ms. Gopika, your biology master teacher. I hope I am audible, visible and the presentation right behind me is visible. Please let me know in the chats, are we live yet? Yes, let me know quickly, are we live yet? I am also checking. Yes, we are live, right? Awesome. Wow, very nice. Chat box is flooded with okay. Chat box is flooded with fire emoji. Very nice. Hello. Students, I don't like green hearts. Don't put green hearts. I don't like green hearts. Okay. Red hearts or fire emoji. No green hearts. Okay, so awesome. All of you definitely mark your attendance as well and we will start the class. So the first part we had done, right? Yes, hi everyone, hi. Okay, hi Rasna, hi Harshain, hi Rani, hi Savita, hi Shivakumar, hi so many students, Madhumati, Ram. Okay, so hi students, I'm doing great. I hope all of you also are doing great. So let's continue the class. So last class we understood, okay, what was actually happening during evolution and how many theories came from these evolutions. Each of them, what were the theories that they predicted? Some of them told theory of special creation, some of them told theory of spontaneous generation, some of them told theory of biogenesis, then theory of chemical evolution and multiple like that, okay, multiple like that. Theories kept happening. Right, theories kept happening and we understood that why these theories were not accepted and which was the most accepted theory. Today we are going to understand what were the rest of the other theories and how did organism actually, how did evolution actually happen. Chalo, ready? Present. Okay, all of you who are present should mark it in the by smashing the like button, especially the new students who have joined who does not know. The first thing that you have to do in the class is put fire emojis in the chat box and increase the josh of the class and then smash that like button to mark your attendance. Okay, yes. Exactly. Today we are going to study about our great-great-grandfathers. Okay. So students, 2 marks, that is 2 questions came out of it. So we can expect always 8 to 12 marks from this chapter. Okay. So you cannot skip this chapter thinking that only 8 to 12 marks is there. So the first topic that we have to deal with is adaptive radiation. So I always tell this, example. So today I'm going to take the example of 𝐂𝐴𝐴 and Diksha ma'am. Now 𝐂𝐴𝐴 and Diksha ma'am is going to Delhi VLC center. That is, they are going to have a meetup with all the students who are in Delhi. Now what are they doing? They are going to one place and they are going to get adjusted to that place for a week. They are going to have the food there. They are going to talk to people there. They are going to talk in Hindi, Punjabi to get adapted to that place. But if they both were in Bangalore, they would have started talking in Kannada, English, Hindi. In Bangalore, all the languages are there. So that means an organism going from one place to a different place, getting adapted to that place, adapted to that habitat and changing their small things, right? Maybe beak modification we have studied, neck modification we have studied. So changing some habitat or some characteristics of them to adapt to that condition is called as adaptive radiation. But understand, they all come from a common ancestors. Yes or no? All of you agree to this, I believe. Common ancestors. They come from a common ancestors. Are you all following me? Okay, so adaptive radiation means that involves them to migrate to a place, but they all come from a common ancestors. And the biggest example was Darwin's finches, called as your Darwin's finches itself. So there was Galapagos Island, students. This is an island. Okay, he went to this island, Galapagos Island. In this island, he noticed that all these birds, okay, all these finches were the same. But since they moved to different places, he noticed that some of them became seed eating. Okay, that means majority was seed eating only, but later what happened? Some of them become seed eating, some of them become insectivorous. Okay, some of them became insectivorous, some of them became large insectivorous. That means they started consuming, size difference. Okay, insectivorous, vorous. Some of them became cactus consuming, okay, so started feeding on cactus. Some of them became ground eating, that is pick and eat, no, pick and eat, like your hen and all, pick and eat, ground eating. Some of them modified their beaks to sharp beaks. So that means in the same place, they migrated that side and this side, and to adapt to that condition, they started modifying their beaks. This was the first ever finding that, oh wait, actually adaptive radiation happens. Adaptive radiation can happen in two ways. Let's say I am going to Delhi, okay, or in Bangalore itself I am going to a very, very far place. Okay, I am going to a very, very far place. Now, if I am going to a very, very far place, that means in same Bangalore itself where I was brought up, I moved to a small place. Now, that place I start getting adapted. Understood? Bangalore is a big city. I could have gone anywhere, or in Karnataka itself, I go to one village and start staying here. From urbanization, I go to complete rural area. There also, I kind of do an adaptation. So, two types of adaptive radiation you will be understanding in evolution. First one is your Galapagos Island, your Darwin's finches. Second one, the most common one, is your Australian marsupials. Students, the Australian marsupials, they were not able to move. Okay, they were not able to go to any other place because they didn't have a terrestrial way. That means imagine you don't have train service, flight service, auto, bus, nothing is there. You will not go anywhere. You will sit at home itself, right? So this Australian marsupials, they were in Australia itself, they did adaptive radiation. So we will see an example. Before that, look here. During this journey, Darwin went to Galapagos Island. There he observed an amazing diversity of creatures of particular interest. Small black birds, later called as Darwin's finches, amazed him. He realized that there were many varieties of finches in the same island. All the varieties he conjured evolved on the island itself. From the original seed eating, that means they were originally seed eating. But later what happened, only some of them became seed eating. Like all my students are NEET aspirant, but only some of them became true NEET aspirants, rest of them got adaptive radiation. No? So, features, many other forms with altered beaks arose, enabling them to become insectivorous and other things. Got it? Now, look here, your Australian marsupials. What did they do? Here if you see students, lot of varieties are there, right? So now you can see, let's start from the first one. Tasmanian wolf, each of you tell me one, okay? Then you have tiger cat. These are the modifications that they made, okay? Inside Australia itself, wombat, koala, what else is there? Sugar gliders, marsupials, right? Marsupial moles, bandicoot. So many varieties you can see, and this was very amazing for people to understand that in Australia itself, right? Yeah, Hasini, we are going to come to that. In Australia itself, even though they are in the same place, they were able to verify or modify themselves so much. So this is called as adaptive radiation. That means an organism moving, right? Moving to a different place, and they change the habitat completely. All of you got it? So if you want a definition for it, what will you tell? Okay, that is, adaptive radiation involves a lot of creations but from a common ancestors. This is also from a common ancestral stock itself. No, they were marsupials, from a common ancestor itself they got changed. So this is the most important thing. They all have the same ancestral stock, we tell. Okay, the word is ancestral stock. Okay, that means all are from a common ancestor. This way what happens, students, actually this way the nature also will not be able to harm the entire. Now imagine all of them stay as marsupials itself, or all of them stay as, say, marsupial moles or koalas. Then natural selection will happen, right? The nature will start selecting and they will understand, okay, these people are not good for this area, they are just staying like this. They will get immediately, the reproductive fitness will reduce. But this way adaptive radiation will actually help the organism to survive for a longer period. Yes? Okay? Yes or no? Got it. Okay. Now, the next one is placental mammals. Okay, the next one is placental mammals. So now one more thing that you have to notice about your placental mammals is that, students, this placental mammals and marsupial mammals have no much connection. Placental mammals are the ones that come into the category of having placenta. Simple as that. Now when you see, you will see that they are coming to a convergent evolution. That means both of them started elsewhere. Both of them started elsewhere, but they are coming together. I always give an example like this, that all of your NEET aspirants, if you are all coming to Vedantu NEET English, that becomes a convergent evolution. Say Hasini is from Delhi, Tanuja is from America, kuch bhi, wherever places you are, all of you are coming to Vedantu NEET English, that becomes a convergent evolution. Yes or no? One common goal. So same way here you can see your placental mammals and your Australian marsupials, they have no much connection with each other. But when you see how they are, you know, done adaptive radiation, they are doing a convergent evolution. I'll show you how that is, but for that we need a trick, right? What is the trick? Now all of you can tell. Ma'am likes burgers and sweets on weekends. Okay, on weekends. This is the trick. Now M stands for what, students? Mole. A stands for anteater. Okay, anteater. The another M stands for what? Look and tell me. Mouse. Okay, this way you will be able to easily connect with Australian marsupials as well. L stands for lemur. B stands for bobcat. Bobcat. And is not. The S stands for squirrel. Okay, and W stands for wolf. Wolf. Ma'am likes burgers and sweets on weekend. I do like. Okay, now I don't like. So mole, anteater, mouse, lemur, bobcat, squirrel, wolf. Now if you look here, just look there, and if you look at the Australian marsupials, you see marsupial moles. Yes ma'am, I see marsupial moles. Okay, instead of anteaters, yes I see your numcat or your anteater, that is also there. Okay, here if you see mouse, marsupial mouse, same thing. Okay, lemur is there, here spotted cuscus is there, that is also the similar ones. Squirrel is there, flying phalangers are there. Bobcat is there, Tasmanian tiger cat is there. Wolf is there, Tasmanian wolf is there. So here what has happened? Yeah, who will tell in Hindi? Okay, so that means this both, who tell? Placental mammals and your marsupials. Okay, these two, placental mammals and your Australian marsupials, okay, they both are doing convergent evolution. Students, convergent evolution, where have you studied this word? Are they analogous, homologous? HDAC, analogous. HDAC, analogous. Got it? Yes or no? Yes, very good. Okay, so marsupials and your placental mammals are doing convergent evolution. Okay, mammals are doing convergent evolution. Any student who has doubt in placental mammals, the ones which has placenta, right, the connection with the mother, placenta, done. That's all. Adaptive radiation is very simple. They migrate and they radiate into such an extent that they actually attach or adapt to the conditions there. Okay, this way their survival will be maximum. Actually, survival will be maximum. Now students, theories of evolution. Again we are coming back to theories. Okay, so two theories, I mean many theories are there, but now we are going to focus on Lamarckism. So Lamarck was telling that there is a theory called as use and disuse. That means I am using my right hand. My right hand is very stronger. I can take anything with my right hand. But my left hand I do not use much. Automatically my left hand gets weak. So he is telling the one that you keep using and using, that becomes stronger and that gets carried away to the next generation. Trying to understand? Okay, now say I keep using my right hand. So the next generation of mine will also be right-handed. Like it's pakka. But it's not necessary. You know, many of you would have seen your parents might be right hand, but you might be a left hand. So it's not like that. So he told two theories, that is Lamarckism. Okay. First theory told that the use and disuse theory. Okay, use and disuse theory. This theory stated that the one that you use becomes stronger and the one that you don't use, it becomes weak. Yes, to an extent we understand. But he told that this stronger one, right, this stronger one will become or act like an acquired inheritance, okay, an acquired character in the next generation. Okay, or it will continue in the next generation. Now, do we agree to this? No, we did not agree to this, okay. Exactly, inheritance of acquired character. He told the one that we are using will become an acquired character by itself. Now, that was a question we have to think about, right? We cannot tell that, okay, just because I have a nose piercing or just because I have I sing or dance, that means it will go to the next generation. It's not necessary. So, this was a bit of confusion, and this was explained, that Lamarck explained this with the help of giraffe neck. Okay, giraffe neck. Yeah, don't reveal the answer, wait, let me tell. Okay, he told this with the help of giraffe neck, where you will notice that first giraffe had the neck size of a horse. Okay, as the giraffe was staying, the tree started getting larger, okay, larger, so the giraffe started extending its neck. So as the extension kept continuing, the giraffe neck got longer, longer, longer to come and eat from the trees. This was the Lamarck's theory. And definitely after that, all the giraffe that was born in every generation had longer neck. So he told that the giraffe, okay, in the starting had short neck, similar to a horse, okay, and then later on, depending on the adaptations, okay, they started having long necks. Okay, they started having long necks, and this was seen as a character in the next generation. Okay, character in the next generation. Now, obviously, if one scientist tells this, then other scientists will come back telling that, hey, wait, something is wrong with this fellow, what this fellow is telling. So the next fellow came, that was August Weismann. He told that, wait, I will do an experiment and then I will tell you if what you are telling is correct or not. Okay, so he took rat students. Whom did he take? He took mouse, rat, whatever you want to call it. Okay, he took rat, and this rat, let's say this is rat number 1. He took this rat, he chopped off the tail of this rat, and he noticed and waited for the next generation to come. Okay, in the next generation, the next rat also had tail. The next rat also had tail. Now they were like, wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. The first rat, I actually chopped off the tail of this rat, right? This was tailless. This was tailless. But in the next generation, let's say, okay, in the next generation, they noticed that both the rats, they had tail. So this means that if something is being changed in the generation, if it does not affect the germ plasm of that organism, then it does not get carried away, right? Changing the let's say the somatic cell, the physical, does not actually get continued, right? So that way they were telling that, wait, August Weismann was like, no, I disapprove your theory of acquired inheritance. I disapprove it by this experiment, because this experiment was pretty clear. So he told that only if the change, okay, only if the change is in the germ plasm, okay, only if the change is in the germ plasm, then it will be inherited. Okay, then it will be inherited. Okay, so germplasm, change in the germplasm can be continued to the next generation. Whatever you change in the somatic plasm will not be continued. Clear or not? Yes, exactly. Change in the somatic cell does not matter at all. Okay, change in the somatic cell does not matter. Students, all these notes you will get it on Vedantu NEET English Telegram, and if you want to join with me, my Telegram name is Biology by Gopika, you can join. Okay, chalo, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, done. Yes, okay, done. Okay, this was the theory by August Weismann. This was actually, you can call it as neo-Lamarckism, because neo-Lamarckism also had the same statement that if anything changes in the germplasm, then it will get carried to the next generation, otherwise it does not get carried. Okay, some things actually get carried to the next generation, but it is only if a mutation has happened or something, some big changes have happened, otherwise it does not get changed at all. Okay, it does not get changed at all. Now students, the most very main topic of your evolution is that Darwin, right? The ultra legend of evolution chapter is Darwin. So Darwin was going on a sail. This I already told you in the last class. He was going on a sail in your HMS Beagle ship. Okay, this name is very important, that's why I am telling it over and over again. He was going to a sail. Where did he go? To South America. He went to South America. This Galapagos Island also is an island in the Pacific Ocean. Now also people go there for wildlife photography, okay, and it's a beautiful island. If you check in Google, you'll see the image. It's beautiful, okay. Galapagos Island is very beautiful. People go there for wildlife photography because a lot of organisms, some creatures are there, okay. Now students, he was going in his HMS Beagle, okay, sail he was doing, and he was going to South America. He told that there's something called as natural selection. That means an organism which is physically fit, physiologically fit, which is able to survive to all the environmental changes and very active reproductively will be selected by the nature. Okay. Then at the same time, Alfred Wallace in Indonesia also told the same thing. Okay. This guy also in Indonesia also mentioned the same thing, telling that there is something called as natural selection. But how did both of them come to a similar conclusion is because of the essay, okay, this both people, they read an essay given by Thomas, okay, essay given by Thomas Malthus. This essay mentioned that if population is continuously, see, population is a geometric growth, population keeps increasing, but resources will not increase. Okay, now what do I mean by that? Again, in Bangalore, in many places we are seeing that water crisis is happening in some places landslide is happening, in some places flooding is happening. Now why is all of this happening is because of the changes in the climatic condition of nature. That could be because of the amount of industrialization that is there, the amount of urbanization that is there. It could be because of how we are cutting down trees and building buildings over building, right? Now what happens when normally, I'm just telling this generally, when normally it's raining, this water will be absorbed by the soil and it will go to the layers of the earth. All this we have studied, your topsoil, that, this, we have learned this. Now students, what happens when we put concrete, when we put cement and completely close that area, water will not be absorbed. Have you ever seen a tar road that is absorbing rain and all? No, the water will just flow through the sides. Wherever a little soil is there, it will try to go through that way. Now why so much of landslides are happening, so much of flood is happening is because there is no way for the water to go. How they used to go previously, now they do not have the path because most of the path have been closed. Their highways have come, bridges have come, other things have come, so they started overflowing on the land. This is the main reason. Same way, these people were telling that if population increases, resources actually does not increase, because just because in one house 10 people are there, the farmer is not going to make extra rice for the 10 people, because farmer will only do how much land he has, how much harvest he wants to make, according to his budget he will make. Now what happened? There will be a resource crunch that is going to happen. That means the entire country will face a deficit. I mean, they will not have enough rice. So what they will do? People start making fake copies. All of you know, everything fake copies come. They tell that some China rice, glass rice, something and all they make, that is all made up of some other materials. They are not actually the grains. That is because to maintain the population with the resources, half of the materials that are made will be fake. Are you able to understand now what I am trying to say? All of you in the chats, please let me know. Are you able to understand what I am trying to say about the population? Okay. So, these people told that population becomes an arithmetic growth, but your resources, population becomes your geometric growth, but your resources becomes an arithmetic growth. This was their finding, okay? This was their finding. So, two findings. Population, okay? Population keeps on increasing, okay? Population keeps on increasing. So, this becomes a geometric growth. This will keep increasing, students. This will increase, but on the other side you have resources which are not sufficient for this population. So resources is an arithmetic growth. Yeah, arithmetic growth. That's when Darwin told that maybe nature actually selects them. Maybe nature actually selects them, because when resources become less, nature has to have a selection process by which a person who is physiologically, physically, reproductively active will get selected by the nature. This way we can have, all of you know, predator-prey relationship, competition between intraspecific, interspecific, extraspecific species. That means we compete with abiotic factors, we compete with other species, we compete with our own species. All this happens. Okay, all this happens. What? Clear, ma'am, but what is... Okay, so please someone help 𝐂𝐤. Okay, please someone help 𝐂𝐤, students. It will be very helpful. Chalo. Okay, so this was the thing, and he also told with that natural selection. Okay, he told with this natural selection. Natural selection, that is, okay, the strongest, okay, survival of the fittest, okay, survival of the fittest. Survival of the fittest. Now, survival of the fittest, he totally meant by just one thing, that is mainly about the reproductive fitness. The ones that can make their progeny, okay, and be active during any climatic changes, that is called as reproductive fitness. Okay, reproductive fitness. That means the animals which are able to make their progeny survive in whatever natural adaptation, okay, that is your reproductive fitness. Yes, we are going to come to that. Okay, we are going to come to that. Hello, Manikandan. Okay, so students, here theory of natural selection. So all of you, I believe, understood what is natural selection generally. Now, what is the theory talking about? That is what is important. So the theory is first talking about the ones that have extreme, like the ones which are reproductively active. Okay, reproductively active. That means the ones that are shows reproductive fitness. Okay, reproductive fitness. Now, other than this, I will also teach you about artificial selection as well. Okay, artificial selection as well. Now, even though the population is continuously increasing, okay, population is continuously increasing, resources are less, still if the organism is able to survive, right, that will be called as the survival of the fittest. That becomes the strongest animal. Okay, that becomes the strongest organism, let's say, strongest organism. And the strongest does not mean fit, okay, like all you have muscles and all. It means how you are able to survive, how you are able to survive. This is what is natural selection. I think only these two words are there. And also competition is going to happen. This competition can be between, as I told you, between different things. Now what are these different things? It can be intra-specific, okay, it can be intra-specific competition, okay, versus, not versus students, intra-specific, inter-specific, extra-specific. Okay, that means we compete with ourselves, that is with the humans itself, right? We compete with the members of different species, we compete with the abiotic characters. So these things also, see, now water scarcity comes, it becomes what? Your water scarcity, any pollution, all this we are fighting, no? So that becomes your extra specific competition. So this becomes with your abiotic, okay, abiotic properties. This becomes between different species, okay, different species. This becomes between us itself, right? Let's say humans, between humans. Now he also told that animals show transmission, right? Transmission, that means let's say something that I have inherited, transmission. Now how do I tell transmission, students? All of you would have noticed before, your black hit, no, your black hit used to actually kill cockroaches. But now if you put the same hit, the cockroaches actually don't die. Red hit, I guess, red hit, now black hit they have come. That is because even same thing with DDT. Before we used to put DDT for all the pesticides, for mosquitoes and all that. Now if you put the same DDT, you will notice that the mosquitoes are like, huh, what are you putting powder on me? I don't want any powder and all. I am beautiful otherwise also. So it looks like we are putting talcum powder for the mosquitoes to get ready, because the mosquitoes are least bothered. This is because they have done mutation. The generation that has come next has got mutated or got resistant to this DDT. So now the DDT does not affect the mosquitoes at all. Got it? That's why we have now bats, right? Full bat and all, like full tennis players, badminton players we have become at our home. So that's how it is. So that means every time any like let's say we put some chemicals, they get mutated to that. Same thing with cockroaches. They are least bothered. You put hit, you put poison for them to eat, they will eat like they are going to have fun. Okay, they are going to have fun. So that is what the thing is. Is this clear? We are going to come to genetic drift when we talk about in Hardy-Weinberg's principle. So now we are now going to talk about that. Okay. Okay, now Darwin had two key points that also we have to see: branching descent and natural selection. That was the most two key points of your Darwin. But before that, students, we have to understand one statement that is given below your analogous. Okay, under your analogous example, there is one thing given about artificial selection. Artificial selection is very simple. Let's say who wants to be the farmer in our class? Any farmer? Okay, let's say this is the land. Okay, this is the land. And on this land, he can keep anything. Let's say he is keeping flowers. Let's again take the flowers only. Rose, tulip, okay, sunflower. Okay, I cannot write the whole thing. Sunflower. On this land, that farmer can do any of it. Okay, Rani will become the farmer. Rani usually can grow rose, tulip, sunflower, anything. But Rani noticed that, okay, it's wedding season and people have started using sunflower themed wedding a lot. So what will Rani do? Rani will take sunflower and do a complete cultivation of sunflower on land. The land which she used to do rose, tulip, everything together, she was like, wait a minute, everyone are using sunflower. This is the time for me to do natural selection and earn some money, and that is how she will earn money, right? So this is called as artificial selection. That means the farmer decided that, okay, depending on what is the current trend, okay, depending on what is the current trend. Got it? Depending on what is the current trend, I will just start growing that. So this is artificial selection. So when humans can do artificial selection and when man can do artificial selection, why don't nature do artificial selection? This is one question. All of you can open your NCERT and see below analogous, there is a box given, man can select. That's the same thing I'm telling. So this way artificial selection happens depending on what. Now people are very like you can see that people have moved to eating healthy. So you can see a lot of, if you open Blinkit, Zepto, Dunzo, anything and you just put the word organic, you'll see a lot of things organic. Organic tomato, organic grapes, organic watermelon, organic everywhere you see. That is a marketing strategy that is done by people. That means it is artificial selection. They have selected that, okay, let's do this. Okay, let's do this. Got it? Chalo. Okay, this is artificial selection. Okay, artificial selection depending on the need of the moment. Okay, depending on the need for that moment. Here variation is there. Okay, we'll add the main word also, variation. Okay, variation will lead to survival. Always remember this. If variation is not there, then you're actually, that's why students, clones. We do not want clones. Why? Because they cannot survive. No variation at all. Yes? Yes, hydrate yourself also. I was about to drink water and you told. I hope these topics are clear. Yes or no, students? I have put NCERT. Don't take tension. I have put NCERT as well. Okay. So yes, we will be using that as well. Done? Okay, chalo. Eat organic food, do organic chemistry. Yeah. We should do that. Okay? Chal. Now we have some NCERT lines. Let's just go through that, because students, this evolution chapter I will also teach you once with the whole NCERT lines. Like I'll read NCERT and teach you, because many students know they understand the concept, but when they read NCERT they're not able to connect. That is mainly because in NCERT everything is given scattered. Now when I am teaching in order. I'm teaching natural selection, artificial selection, but how NCERT is arranged it is, artificial selection is coming somewhere, Darwin is coming somewhere, Lamarck is coming somewhere. So you don't get the connect. Okay. So look here. There has been a gradual evolution of life forms. Any population has built-in variation in characteristics. Those characteristics which enable some to survive better. Very important, okay? Those characteristics which enable some to survive better in the natural condition, climate, food, physical factors, etc. I cannot see the reflection here. Okay, would outbreed others. Very important, would outbreed others. Okay, would outbreed others that are less endowed to survive under such conditions. That means the one which has a better characteristics, okay, the one which has got variations, let's say variation, and change their characteristics, right, adapted. Now the ones who die with DDT will not be able to survive. Okay, change their characteristics, will be able to outbreed other organisms. Makes sense, no? If you are doing well in NEET exam, you will be able to outbreed many students, right? If you are getting 715, there will be lakhs of students who are below you, but you will get a chance to select your favorite college. You will be getting a chance to select your most desired college. But if you are at same way, if you are at 550, 600 also nowadays, you understand that you will not have a chance to select your favorite college. That is how the competition has happened. But this is how the selection goes. Okay, nature selects, even humans, we also select, no? Now, another word used is fitness of the individual. Very important. Fitness of the individual or population. The fitness according to Darwin refers to ultimately and only. Very important. This question was asked in PYQ. According to Darwin, what does fitness means? And they had given the option reproductive fitness, adapting to climatic condition. Your answer should be reproductive fitness, not anything else. Darwin did not care about anything else. Got it? So See, fitness here, ultimately they have used the one. See, ultimately and only to reproductive fitness. Okay, ultimately and only to reproductive fitness. Oh, Sony, you're late. It's okay. Continue from here. Students, today at 6 p.m. something good is coming for all of you. We are continuously doing big things for you. So today join at 6 p.m. Shreyas sir is going to reveal what we are going to start, and you'll be very excited. Okay, chalo, don't miss it. Hence, those who are better fit in the environment, those who are better fit in the environment leave more progenies. Okay, more progenies than other. That means the ones who are like, okay, everything is fine, okay, everything works well for me, those people will be able to form more progenies, right? Okay, more progenies. So yes, Sony today, she'll the punishment is that she'll put a big comment about how the class was. Okay, she'll put a big comment about how the class was. Yes, Sony, that is your task. Because I do not see your comment, I see Divya's comment. Dinesh, I did not see your comment. RNA versus DNA is postponed because we have some twist, because your Shreyas sir and Diksha ma'am is going to Delhi, no? So that's why we have slightly shifted it. Chalo, students, who better fit? So look here, the ones who are better fit will be able to make more progenies. More progenies. Got it? More progenies. So these therefore will survive more and hence are selected by nature. He called it as natural selection. Okay, natural selection, and implemented as a mechanism of evolution. Let's remember Alfred Wallace. Okay, let's remember Alfred Wallace. Let us remember Alfred Wallace, a naturalist who worked in Malape Archipelagos. Had also come to similar conclusion. Indonesia, just remember Indonesia. Okay. Around the same time, in due course of the time, apparently new types of organisms are recognizable. Okay, all the existing life forms share similarities and share common ancestors. However, these ancestors were present at different periods in the history of the earth. They were not present at the same. Okay, they were not present at the same. They were present in different periods. So you can see the different periods. The geological history of earth closely correlates with the biological history of earth. Students, remember when I taught you this biological evidence, we saw that proteins, RNA, DNA, all of them have common ancestors. Then we saw ontogeny recapitulates progeny. So all this they are trying to connect here. Okay, a common permissible conclusion is that earth is very old and not thousands of years ago. Here they are talking about Father Suray's theory of special creation. He told that earth is only 4,000 years old. Is it 4,000 years old? We have so many periods. In that so many periods, so many of our ancestors were there. So they are trying to, like, connect that. Okay. Now students, what were the the drawbacks of Darwin's theory? Can all of you think what could have been the drawbacks? Just to give it a guess. Just give it a guess. Anything that you can think of. Okay, so we will write drawbacks here. We'll write drawbacks here, and I'll write the key points here. Okay, two key points. Okay, two key points of Darwin. Should have kept it this side. Yes, try telling what do you think would be the drawbacks. By then I'll write here two things. Students, Darwin's theories. Okay, the key points. Okay, were two things. Can you see the color? Visible? Yeah, no? I'll make it a little more lighter. Was branching descent, and natural selection. Okay, natural selection. These were the two key points on weight. That natural selection we clearly understood. Okay, did not differentiate between somatic and terminal. Okay, one point you can just tell, it's okay. So here branching this and what he was telling, no, with time, he was trying to say that with time new life forms used to come. Okay, with time new life forms started appearing. New life forms started forming like branches. This was the first thing that he told. He was telling that, okay, like with time new species, that means new species started forming like branches. How branches are there? Now if you ask your parents how many branches did you have when you studied in college, they'll tell science was there, commerce was there, arts, maybe for some of them arts were there, but they didn't have so many variation like us. Now commerce, science can be mixed, arts, science can be mixed, everything is mixed up nowadays, is there. So same way this guy is telling that with time new species, okay, new species, not new life, okay, new species forms, with time new species started. One second students, board got stuck. Board got stuck. Yes, survival of the fittest cannot be explained. Correct. Agreed to all of you. Okay, I hope it started working. Yeah, it started working. Okay, he's telling that with time new species, okay, started forming like branches. Then natural selection, all of you know, no? Natural selection spoke about how the nature selects, okay, how the nature selects the organisms depending on the reproductive fitness, okay, selecting organisms depending on reproductive fitness, okay, reproductive fitness. Okay, this was the two main key points of Darwin. Like you people told, the drawbacks of Darwin's theory is what we are going to understand. Okay, drawbacks. Okay, the drawbacks are that, students, first of all, he told about the survival of the fittest, but he never told about the arrival of the fittest. Like, how did this happen? There was no proper understanding of from where variation was happening. He never spoke about mutation. Then how do they show variation? So he told that variation happens. Okay, he told that variation happens, but no source. Okay, no source for arrival of variation. Okay, no source for arrival of variation. Yes or no? Where is the source to tell that yes, variation happened? That source had to be there. Yes or no? Okay, then he did not tell the cause, the origin. He did not tell what was the cause, what was the origin and the inheritance of variation. Okay, and inheritance of variation. He should have at least told mutation happens. No, that also he did not tell. So same thing. Okay, he told about the survival of the fittest, of the fittest, but not the arrival. Okay, but not the arrival of the fittest. Got it? He did not tell about the arrival of the fittest. Okay, clear? Ha, nicely I have written. See how nicely I have written. Somatic, that one was actually Lamarck's drawback. Somatic and germplasm was mainly Lamarck's problem. Okay, Lamarck's problem. Darwin's, he did not tell anything about that, but he did not tell about like how ancestral characters came to the organism, how did that become rudimentary. Now example, vestigial organs, we tell that ancestors used it but now we do not have it. So even though you keep telling that variation happened, common ancestors are there, what about these organs which got like useless later? Okay, that is not told. So these are the weak points of Darwin. This was the Darwin's key points. Okay, we have covered everything, so don't even take tension. Now students, the next fellow is Hugo de Vries. He told about mutation. He was like, wait a minute, if variation should happen, then something else should happen, some changes should happen. So he came up with a theory called as mutation. And who did he work on? All of you tell me, which was the thing that he worked on? The plant, you can tell, all of you. I think all of you know, whoever has attended my previous class, it was evening primrose. Okay, he worked on evening primrose. Okay, on the Lamarckiana. Okay, O-E is there, okay, E, Onitera Lamarckiana. And Drosophila. No, evening primrose, Onitera Lamarckiana. He worked on this, okay, and he worked on this and he was like, wait a minute. According to Darwin, he tells that all the changes are slow. But according to Hugo de Vries, mutation is not a slow change, it is a fast change, okay. So he worked on this in 1901. Okay, 1901, and he told that mutation according to him, okay, mutation according to him was not slow, it was fast, okay, it was random, okay, fast, sudden, not fast, we use the word sudden, okay, sudden. And did it have any direction, students? Did it have any direction? Just think, something is happening at a very sudden, large stage. It will not have any direction, no? It was non-directional. Non-directional. This is very important. Again, a PYQ can come from this. Okay, I'm writing it here. PYQ, I mean, PYQ has come from this. Maybe this 2025 also it can come. So, students, he told that it was mutation is random, sudden, non-directional and large. Okay, he told it is also large. This was the theory given by Hugo de Vries, that mutation leads to variation. Okay, mutation leads to variation. Mutation leads to variation. Got it, all of you? Yes, it was direction. Yeah, directionless, I'll use the word, not non-directional. Okay, directionless. Directionless, large. Now, what did Darwin say? Darwin told ulta of this. Darwin told, let's write it here. According to Darwin, mutation, okay, according to Darwin, mutation was slow, okay, not sudden, not random, and it was directional. It had a proper direction. Okay, it was a gradual change. He told it was a gradual change. But do you think something which is happening very, very slow? It will not. See, now I understand. If it is in a smaller organism, let's say, see, if it's in a smaller organism, students, changes will be, that means mutation will be fast, right? So faster variation will happen, okay, faster variation will happen. But imagine it is in larger organism like humans, okay, larger organism, or let's say in other words complex organisms, the changes are going to take up to millions of years, right? Changes after millions of years. Yes or no? If it is a small organism, now example I am telling a bacteria. We know bacteria, how fast varieties happen. So if it's a smaller organism, let's say example bacteria, they will do faster variation. At the same time, if it is us, okay, any changes in our body, it will take millions of years to happen like this, right? So complex organism changes will take millions of years, but smaller organism faster variation happens. So actually if you see mutation, like in DNA also, why did we choose DNA as a genetic material? Because DNA mutation is slow. Correct? So depending on that, this statement also is given in your NCERT. So this also you should know. You should not be like everything happens faster. No. Mutation in complex organism happens at slower rate because changes cannot happen. You cannot sleep today as a like human and tomorrow wake up as a dolphin. That's not how mutation should happen, no? So that kind of changes. I hope it's clear. Hugo de Vries came up with mutation theory, which Darwin could not prove, because Darwin told variation should be there for survival, but he did not tell from where variation should happen. So Hugo de Vries told that, okay, he worked on evening primrose in 1901. He told that mutation is actually random, large, directionless, and it's a faster change. Okay, it's faster. So he told that, and it is sudden. But at the same time, Darwin told that mutation is a very slow, gradual changes happen, and it is directional. This difference they have done. Okay, this difference they have done. Clear or not? Did a quick recap also. Did you all mark the attendance? Let me see. Wait. Oh, okay. Very less attendance. Okay, very less attendance. Very disappointed at the attendance. What is this? Come on, all of you, smash that like button, yaar. All of you did. Chalo, done? Done, dusted? Any doubts, ask me right now. After that, we'll continue. Okay, chalo. No one doubts? Okay, let's continue. Now, students, one more, your line, okay. What is the, wait, where did I put industrial melanism, students? 1 second. Ayo, it went off backside. I should have done it first, but it's okay. I'll change the slide order, okay. Now, what is the origin of this variation? How does speciation occur? Okay, even though Mendel had talked about inheritable factors influencing the phenotype. Remember, if a DNA should be the genetic material, there also we told Mendelian characters should be followed, right? Mendelian characters should be followed. So, influencing the phenotype. Darwin neither ignored these observations, okay, this is according to Hugo de Vries, or kept silent. My God, students, so much politics, okay, in the NCERT. So, Darwin ignored these observations or kept silence, okay. In the first decade of the 20th century, Hugo de Vries, based on his work on evening primrose, very, very important, evening primrose, brought forth the idea of mutation, that is a large difference arising suddenly in a population. He believed that it is mutation which causes evolution. Again, in Hardy-Weinberg principle also, we are going to discuss this only, that mutation causes the change, otherwise nothing else is going to cause the change, okay. And not the minor variations. Darwin talked about mutation are random, okay, directionless, while Darwin's variations are small and directional. Okay, he told it is small and directional. Now, evolution for Darwin was gradual, while Hugo de Vries believed mutation caused speciation and hence called it saltation. Now, students, saltation is nothing but a single jump. Now, imagine from here, okay, if a variation from here, it goes suddenly till here, okay, suddenly to here. That means a big jump, okay, one step has happened, one step mutation has happened, then that will be called as saltation, okay, that will be called as saltation. Got it, all of you? One step, okay. Okay, so here, look here, one step is from one spot, okay, from one spot, suddenly a jump happens, that will be a single step large mutation. That single step large mutation is called as saltation, okay, single step large mutation, single step large mutation is called saltation. It's called saltation. Done, done, done? Yes? Chalo. Okay. Now students, this was actually supposed to come before, after your natural selection, but the slide order got changed. I'll rearrange it again. So during natural selection also, remember 3 main things we'll talk about. First one is industrial melanism. That means when industries were there, they noticed that a lot, like before industries were there, they noticed that on the trees, okay, on the trees, these are your beautiful, I'm drawing full artistic I am today, okay. This is your tree, this is your tree. No student should tell that I got bored of the class was having no colors in life. Okay, these are the 2 trees. So students, first starting by what happened, they noticed, okay, they noticed, let's be little more artistic. So these trees had these clean, okay, color branches, okay, like this they were. Now what happened in the starting they had this, we are talking about peppered moth, okay, we are talking about peppered moth. This peppered moth, students, they noticed that there were a lot of white winged moth. Don't think that it is exactly white winged moth, it had very very close connection with your tree color, okay. Trees also were a little, let's say, light colored. They noticed that there were a lot of white winged moth compared to the dark winged moth before industrialization, and dark winged moth were, let's say, which color do I draw? Okay, dark winged moth was there, but it was very, very less in number. So here they noticed that white winged moth, okay, white winged moth was more in number before industrialization, and dark winged moth, okay, dark winged moth was less, okay, dark winged moth was less. Why is this? It's very simple, because pollution was less, so the trees also were more like fresh, okay, the trees also were fresh, and they did not have any dark dark colors or anything. They were also little, the branches were also little whitish brownish colors. Because of this, white winged moth were not seen by the predators, okay. So here what happened, dark winged moth was seen by the predators. Students, I am writing DW, dark winged moth was seen by the predators, and automatically this people, okay, over. Now same thing during after industrialization, what happened, they noticed that very less white winged moths are there, okay. Here what happened, dark winged moth, okay, dark winged moth were more, they were more, okay, and white winged moth were less. And whichever, even though they were less, white winged moth was seen by the predators, obviously, because pollution was more, the trees were dark in color, and because of that the because of that the dark winged moth were not very easily seen by the predators. Yes or no? So students, very simple, like just very basic understanding. Here pollution was less, because of that everything was safe and clean, like clean everything was. Urbanization also was not there, but as industrialization came, urbanization came, pollution increased. Because of that, white winged moth was very less, and because they were seen, okay, in the complete pollution, white winged moth was seen, predators were able to easily attack them, automatically reduction happened. So this is also called as natural selection, okay. This was also called as natural selection. Why? Because here nature naturally selected white winged moth because of how the pollution was less, how no industrialization happened, automatically white winged moth was selected. But here what happened, automatically nature started selecting dark winged moth because they were not seen by the predators and they were able to survive. Got it? Yes, exactly. Okay, yeah, exactly. Understood? Clear or not, all of you? Any doubts? Okay, this happened in your 1950s, okay. So I cannot draw exactly like that, like understand, this is more dark, okay, they will not be seen, okay. Here they were a little more whitish Okay, they had lichens and all of that, no? Since lichens were there, you know, lichens are white in color. In between the lichens, the white-winged moth also were hiding. Okay, they had lot of lichens. So students, lichens is actually a predator of air pollution. If you all know, if lichens are not there, that means that area is completely polluted. Okay, lichens are an indication of less pollution. Okay, less polluted areas. Always remember this. Okay, always remember this. So when lichens were there, this white-winged moth was able to do. Okay. See, industrialization does not come under natural selection, but as you know, natural selection is about anything, physical, physiological changes. According to Darwin, it's reproductive fitness, but you can understand, no, here also, dark-winged moth would have kept multiplying, white-winged moth did not multiply. So there also, reproductive fitness also is a topic to question. So here, natural selection happened depending on who is able to survive. Students, who is surviving, that fellow will be selected by the nature. Okay, you know emotions by nature. Nature has no emotions. So the same thing here. Second topic that we have to know is resistance to pest. Okay, resistance to pest. That is, as I told you, DDT first when we used to use it on mosquitoes. Okay, we used to use it for mosquitoes, house flies. Okay, house flies. And body lice. That time what used to happen, these all used to die. But later on, after mutation happened, okay, these people went through mutation. After mutation happens, DDT did not work on any of this and these people became resistant to this. Okay, after mutation, they became resistant, okay, resistant to DDT. So this is also kind of a natural selection where the, you know, okay, where the organisms started mutating because and they did not die. So the nature had to forcefully select them. The next thing is, students, using antibiotics. Okay, when we used antibiotics, okay, on some of them, they automatically die. Okay, but later they noticed after mutation, okay, after mutation, they got resistant. The next species that came got resistance. Next species got resistance. So that time also again natural selection. Yeah, natural selection. So these two are the three other examples. Okay. Chalo. Hardy-Weinberg principle. Ready? I have one more class after this. So we will do tuck we should do. Did we miss anything? Just check your NCERT. Did we miss anything? Just check your NCERT and let me know, because so many paragraphs are there. Paragraphs over paragraph your evolution chapter is. Yes, anything? Fast. Check and tell me. Okay, so Hardy-Weinberg principle was given by G.H. Hardy. Okay, G.H. Hardy. But students, this is, please do understand, this is a very, very ideal situation. Okay, Hardy-Weinberg principle works on an ideal situation. Ideal situation, that is when evolution will not happen. Okay, ideal situation, that is when no evolution happens. This formula will be applicable, or this Hardy-Weinberg principle will be applicable. Now, what was this Hardy-Weinberg? Yes, what is this Hardy-Weinberg principle talking about, students? It's all about allele and genotypic frequency. Okay, the whole conversation is about allele and genotypic frequency. Genotypic frequency. So the whole thing is about one formula that says that p square plus 2pq plus q square is equal to 1. This is the formula. Now this formula, if you see generally, this formula only works in ideal situation, not in situations where there is a genetic variation or where there is a gene pool, change in the gene pool. During this situation, Hardy-Weinberg principle does not work. But still, let's go through it, okay? Let's go through it. Now let's consider P, okay, as the dominant allele, okay, dominant allele, okay, Q as the recessive, okay, PQ has heterozygous, okay, heterozygous. This is correct? Yes or no? All of you agree or disagree to it? If you disagree, you should tell me why you disagreed, okay? Why you disagreed. Yeah. So here, like a Punnett square is done, okay, a Punnett square is done. Kutti Punnett square we'll do here, okay. The Punnett square is what, students? Simple. Make like this. Make like, oh wait, I'll draw it off in line only. You people should tell me what is A, B, C, D and all that. Okay. You studied, you are going to study, no? Principles of inheritance. Okay. So here, no, here let's not write anything. A, okay. Here it will be capital A, here it will be capital A, small a, chick, okay, small, again this will be capital A, small a, and this will be capital A. Correct? This is your Punnett square, okay? Yes. So here what is going to happen? This capital A will be considered as P square. Your AA will be considered as PQ, okay? So PQ, and this as Q square. So this is how the equation comes, okay? This is how the equation comes. That means P will be considered as A, okay? This will be considered as small a, that's why I told you recessive. This will be considered as AA. Got it, students? This is your Punnett square. Now, this Punnett square has one, this Hardy-Weinberg principle has one problem. Hardy-Weinberg principle, I told you it's an ideal situation. Now, since I told it's an ideal situation, you will be like, ma'am, how does it work on an ideal situation? That means, students, whenever a change happens, you cannot use your Hardy-Weinberg principle. Okay? Give me 1 minute, students. I'll just get some water. This mic. 1 minute, okay? Stay here only. Oh God, this mic is not coming out. No. Yes. Thank you for the permission. Students, I have become maths teacher from I think past few days. Okay, full only maths I'm teaching. Maths, physics, chemistry, except biology, everything else. Chalo. So I told you this Hardy-Weinberg principle works on an ideal situation. He is telling that if there is no evolution, then this would be the actual thing. That there will be a proper homozygous, dominant, recessive, all this he is telling. Now, there are factors that would affect the Hardy-Weinberg principle that you will have to learn. Okay. Students, the factors that is going to affect your Hardy-Weinberg principle is going to be, okay, here. So I actually want to write a flow chart, but I don't think it will fit. Let's try. Okay, factors affecting Hardy-Weinberg principle. Okay, I've written homework principle so you can understand, I believe. Wow. What are the things? Let's see one by one. Can you all think, guess and tell me what it could be? Students, if migration happens, imagine organisms migrate, then this whole principle will go wrong. Okay, if genetic drift happens, okay, genetic drift happens. Are you all with me? Yes, very good. Okay, natural selection happens. Genetic recombination happens. Recombination happens. Mating happens. Okay, random mating happens. Like that, many things are there. Right, many things are there. Non-random mating, selecting mating, gene flow, genetic drift. Okay, so many things are there. Here, gene flow I'm writing, Kutti gene flow I'm writing. All this can actually break your Hardy-Weinberg principle. Okay, got it? So students, you cannot see that side, huh? You can see, no? So migration, genetic drift, natural selection, genetic recombination, mating, gene flow, non-random mating, selective mating, all this can break the Hardy-Weinberg equation. Hardy-Weinberg's equation. Now, I hope equation is clear. No, anyone has doubt in the equation? Problems will come from this. Very simple problems will come. Example, they give recessive gene. Now, example one, Kutti example we'll do. Okay. Now, all of you try to solve this. Say they give the recessive gene is 0.3. Recessive gene means Q is 0.3. How will I find out? I know P plus Q is equal to 1. So, I will do Q is equal to 1 minus, sorry, P is equal to, I'll do P is equal to 1 minus Q, that is 1 minus 0.3. So, P will be equal to 0.7. Now, if they ask me to find the heterozygous, then I will do 2 into 0.7 into 0.3. I will get, I think, 0.42. If I'm not wrong, just check this. This is how you will do the maths of this. Okay, this is how you will do the maths of this. Now imagine recessive they are given, you take the Q value. If they have given dominant, take the P value, minus it with 1. The rest you can do like this. Okay, fine. This is just an idea of how you can do the problem. Okay, how you can do the problem. Now, Ayyo, factors, students, so much place I had, still I adjusted there and wrote. Chalo, no problem. Okay, here genetic drift is there. Let's see. So, change in the original as well as the, see, new genes or alleles are added to a new population and these are lost from the old population. There would be a gene flow if this gene migration happens multiple times. So, this they are talking about founder's effect and your bottleneck effect, which I will teach you here separately with 2 diagrams. You have to give me 2 minutes to draw the diagrams. So, students, 2 main effects happen. Okay, one is called as the founder's effect, one is called as the bottleneck effect. With the diagram I will teach you this. You will never have a doubt about this. Okay, say the first one is called as the bottleneck. Okay, first one is called as bottleneck effect. Bottleneck effect means, let me draw a bottle. Students, you will be able to understand this with the diagram, and this diagram is there in NCERT as well, I mean Tatva as well. So, we will use the same diagram. This is a bottle. Okay. Okay, done. 2 bottles I have drawn. Now imagine in the first bottle, okay, in the first bottle we have filled some pebbles. Okay, all of you have filled from pebbles. Hasini, let's take example. Hasini has filled a pebble. Now Hasini would have filled the pebble first with just randomly she would have filled the pebble. Some of the colors would have gotten different 2-3 colors are there. When she removes, some of them gets removed. Okay, some of them gets removed. After that, when she transfer it, it will never come back to the same color coordination. Yes or no? Can you put the pebbles back in the same order? Whatever went missing and whatever newly came will remain differently. You cannot put the same way. You cannot put the yes or no, students? Tell me fast. Okay, so this was the actual population. Let's say parents. Oh, so big it is. Let me just finish writing this. After this, I will draw and explain. I'll explain you. Okay, this is the parent population. Okay, parent population. This second beaker is going to be your drastic reduction. Okay, because of some reason reduction has happened, so drastic reduction. These are going to be the ones that are going to remain, right? The surviving individuals who survived. Surviving individuals. And next this will be the new population with the survivals. So now you will understand with the colors that I am going to draw. Wait a minute. Okay, let's take some bright colors. Okay. Okay, students, look here. Okay, in parents population, all of you both the colors look same, huh? Oh no. Wait, I'll draw it with some other bright color. Okay, chalo. Which color do we take? Blue we take. Okay, blue we take. Students, here. This kind of explanation you will not find anywhere, so listen carefully. If you look at the parents population, you will see blue and pink. In that, whom do you see more? Blue you see more. Okay. Now, due to something drastic reduction has happened. Okay. In the drastic reduction, students, you realize that let's say some population, okay, some amount of population has come into this. Okay. That drastic reduction, balance only few of them are there. Now the surviving one, after the drastic reduction, some people will survive. Yes or no? Some people will survive. That is your surviving individuals. Now this surviving individuals will make a population. Now if you see here, what do you see the difference? What do you see here? You see that the blue has drastically reduced and the pink was the one which survived. So in this you will see, you will never see these two same. So this is called as bottleneck effect. That means in the parent generation, what has happened, if there is a drastic reduction or if there is any change, after the change, a complete new population will happen, but still some of them will remain. Some of them will remain, but you can see a complete opposite. This is called as your bottleneck effect. Now, with the diagram I explained you this. Now next one is, I am going to explain you fountain effect. Okay, sorry, founders effect. Founders effect. This also you will understand with the diagram. Okay, founders effect. Now this we will also draw a diagram and explain. Okay, here students, again we are taking two populations. Okay, this is one population. We have to mix one more color with this. Which color do you people want me to use? It should be visible. That's all. It should be visible. Okay, this is one population. Let's say one more blue population is there. blue population is there. One more yellow population is there. Okay. Now, three populations you can see. Green is there, yellow is there, blue is there. In this, imagine, okay, in this, imagine one population got selected. Because of any reason, one population got selected, and that is this population. Okay, that is this population. Okay, this is the population that has got selected. Now, that population will continue as a descendant. This was the founders, that means this was the original population. In that, few of them migrated. Let's say few of them migrated, this people migrated. When they migrate, they will form a population by themselves. So this becomes the initial population. Okay, let's again call it the parent population or the initial population. Okay, parent population. This becomes the descendants, okay, who left that place and started their own population. Okay, they left that place, they migrated, okay, they migrated and they formed their own population. So who are those? The greens. Students, the blue did not migrate. Okay, so blue population you will not see it here. And the yellow. Okay, do you understand? Do you understand this? Yes? Blue is not visible, huh? Okay, done. Blue is visible now. Okay, done. Understood? Okay, so this one, right, the one which got selected, this people, let's say here if I draw, okay, this people got selected. This people is the one that got selected. This becomes the founding group. Okay, this becomes the founding group. This founding group will go there and form a complete population by itself. Okay, got it? Yes or no? Clear or not? Okay, this becomes the founding population and this becomes the descendants. It could be because of different reason, okay? It could be because of different reason. The condition is facilitable for these people, they were migrated. For blue, this was fine, they did not migrate. So, founding population, many people have done that, no? Many people have done that. Is this clear, students? This diagram is the best diagram that you can have to understand bottleneck and your founding effect. So, please try to understand this. If any doubts, please ask me right now. Okay, please ask me right now. So, they could have, they left or they migrated, got it? Now, I'll give you a real life example which is very sad. This bottleneck thing is, students, now if you notice in Wayanad, landslides have been happening. Lot of people lost their life. Right now the count is around 269 people lost their life, and many of them, almost around 300 of them, are under the mud. They are missing. Okay, now what happens is, because of a natural calamity, that is landslide, this was the initial population of people in Wayanad where this happened. Okay, this is the drastic reduction. That means landslide has happened. That is a natural calamity. And in this, only this many people survived. Okay, only this many people survived. The people who are going to survive are the ones who are going to continue the next population. Okay, this is the thing. Okay, this is how bottleneck happens. But founding effect, what happens? Let's say this was the initial population of, let's say, Bangalore. Many of them migrated, many of them left the country, left the city and went to America, New Zealand, and went and got settled there. After they got settled there, they will make a population by themselves. Got it? Yes, done. This is your bottleneck effect and founders effect. I want all of you to take this image and keep it with you. Okay? Chalo. So look here, new genes, alleles are added to the new population. These are lost from the old ones. And there would be a gene flow if this gene migration happens multiple times. So in the same change occurs by chance, it is called as a genetic drift. Okay, sometimes the changes in an allelic frequency is so different in new samples of population that they become a different species by themselves. The original drifted population becomes the founders. okay, founders, and the effect is called as founders effect. Clear? Those people, founders population I wrote, no? Yes, founders effect. So, microbial experiments show that the pre-existing advantageous mutation when selected will result in observation of new phenotypes. Okay, over few generations this would result in speciations. Natural selection is the process in which heritable variations, okay, heritable variation enabling better survival are enabled to reproduce and leave greater numbers of progeny. Again, same thing about natural selection they are telling. A critical analysis makes us believe that variation, very important students, variation due to mutation or variation due to recombination during gametogenesis or due to gene flow or due to genetic drift results in changed frequencies of the genes and alleles in the future generation. So, what are they telling here? Look here all of you, let's write the statement as such. They are telling that if variation, okay, if variation happens because of mutation, or recombination or genetic drift, there will be, okay, see, due to gene flow or genetic drift results in changed frequency, okay, changed frequency of genes. Okay, is this clear to all of you? Because all these are bigger changes, right? Genetic recombination, let's say sister chromatids, they take up the, all of you remember this diagram in your chromosomes. I think sir would have taught you this. This is your sister chromatids, one of them, and this is another one. What happens, students? After some time you will notice that, this, right? You will notice this after some time. I forgot the name of those, okay. What is that formation called as, all of you? Okay, here it will be yellow. Okay, here it will be yellow. Right, they take up the small portions. I forgot what is that called, recombinant chromatids I believe. Okay, recombinant chromatids, they don't have to be together, they can be separate. Recombination, okay, recombinant chromatids. So here what will happen, this portion will have this yellow. So this is called as genetic recombination. If that happens also, the frequency will change, right? Frequency will change, okay. Yes, recombinant chromosomes. Clear? Now, the graph, okay, very important, Hardy-Weinberg graph. Oh, it's 12:52. Yeah, crossing over. 1 second. How do I, okay, I hope by 1:30 we should be able to finish. Okay, let's see after that, in case it goes, because I have a class again at 2. Yeah, so students, look here, this is the graph, normal graph. Now, how do I understand this graph? Is very simple. Look here, from this graph, I can form 3 graphs. Okay, I can form 3 graphs. What are these 3 graphs? Look here, all of you. Imagine I am taking 3 varieties. What are the 3 varieties? Is that I am taking 2 extremities. One is short, one is tall, one is medium tall. Okay, medium people. These are the 3 extremities that I am taking. Short, tall, medium. Okay. Now, imagine medium people are continuously getting selected. Okay, medium people are, the middle ones are medium, these 2 are the extremities. Medium people are continuously getting selected. Then that will form a stabilizing graph. That will form a stabilizing graph. middle ones are getting selected, so this will get narrower, narrower, narrower. It will keep continuing over, okay, on the top. This will form stabilizing graph. Now imagine peak shifts to one direction. One of the extremities is selected, okay, one of the extremities is selected. Am I right or wrong? All of you look in the sorry, not look in the chats, look in your textbook and tell me. Okay, look into the textbook and tell me. Now imagine this is moving to one side. Let's say it is selecting the tall people only. Okay, it is selecting only the tall people. One of the extremities it is selecting, tall people or short people, one of it is selecting. This will become a directional graph. This will become a directional graphs. Yes or no, students? Okay, this is a graph of natural selection. Imagine natural selection happens for all the medium people. Then it is going to be a stabilizing graph because the middle one is going to get narrower, narrower, narrower and go up. Okay, go up. Now imagine natural selection, say nature selected all the tall people. Then it is moving to one direction. That will be called as a directional graph. Imagine nature selects both the extremities. Tall also it's selected, short also it's selected, but it did not select medium. Okay, it selected short and tall. Okay, but did not select the medium. It will be called as a disruptive graph. Okay, it will be called as a disruptive graph. Okay, one of the PYQ question was this: one child is overweight and one child is underweight. Okay, and they had given this one. They asked that nature selected both the overweight and underweight. What is the graph that you can draw, or what is the graph that you can see? So all the graphs are given: stabilizing, directional, disruptive. One more graph was given. Which graph would you select, students? All of you in the chats. Imagine an overweight child is there and an underweight baby is there. Okay, these two babies are selected by the nature. Now which kind of a graph can you expect? Was the PYQ question. It actually is a PYQ question. So you can check and you can just think and tell me which is the graph that you can plot. Tell faster. Yes, very good, Jiva. Disruptive graph. Very good, Soni, Madhumati. Very good. Yes, a disruptive graph, exactly. So that means if this kind of question comes that the nature selects only the underweight or the nature selects only the overweight, that means it becomes directional. Nature selects both of them, becomes disruptive. Nature selects the medium weight or the proper weight child, then it becomes your directional graph. Okay, stabilizing graph, sorry. Now students, here some values are given which are very, very important. So look here. Brief account of evolution. Okay, one paragraph is there. So let's see here. Split solar system, all this is not needed. Slowly, single-celled organism became multicellular life forms. By the time 5,000 million years ago, invertebrates were formed and active. Okay, so they're telling 500 million years ago, the invertebrates started forming. Invertebrates started forming. Okay, invertebrates started forming. Then jawless fishes, okay, jawless fishes probably evolved in 350 million years ago. Jawless fishes were formed. Okay, jawless fishes were formed, and seaweeds and few plants existed probably by 320. Okay, 320 million years ago. Some plants were formed. What kind of plants? Seaweeds and few plants. Okay. Seaweeds and few plants. Students, all this you have to write it in one page and stick it with your NCERT. Don't miss it. This one you have to write cellular, you have to write non-cellular, earth, universe. So everything you have to write. Okay, in one sheet you have to write and keep. Okay, we are told that the first organism that invaded land were plants. They were widespread on the land when animals invaded land. Fish with stout and strong fins could move on land, go back to waters. Okay. This was about 350 million years ago. In 1938, a fish caught in South Africa happened to be a coelacanth, whatever you want to call it. Okay, this one is believed to have escaped the land, water and go to the land. So we call this person, which was thought to be extinct, these animals called lobe fins evolved into. So students, this coelacanth is the one who decided to move from water and go to land, and these people are called as the ancestor of amphibians. Okay, they are called the ancestor of amphibians. I think I have written a box. Wait, let me just check my NCERT. Yes, I have written a box. Okay, so you can also just write this box with me. Fast we have to write, okay? Okay. First one is universe. How many million years ago, students? Universe, life, earth, first non-cellular. Yeah, what happened to the board? Non-cellular, first cellular. Okay, first cellular, first jawless fish. One second, something is error with the board. It's writing double. Let's wait for 1 second. I hope it will start working. Okay. Invertebrates, work. Invertebrates, plants and seaweed. Okay. This many things you have to write. Start, students. Jaldi. Start from very good, Madhumati. 20 U. What's that? This board has some issue. 20 million years ago. Life came 4 million years ago. Sorry, 4 billion, not million. Billion. Okay, 4 billion years ago. Okay, Earth 4.5 billion years ago. First non-cellular 3 billion years ago. Cellular 2 billion years ago. Jawless fishes 320, no students, 350. What is it? 350 or 320? 350. Yeah, 350 million years ago. Okay, invertebrates 500 million years ago. Plants 320 million years ago. Okay, done? Did I miss something? Correct, right? Everything? Check and tell me. Okay, and first reptiles also is there, that is 200 million years ago. Reptiles 200 million years ago. Okay, this box you study enough. Okay, write it separately and keep it. Chalo. Now students, all of you look at this. This is going to be like a game. Okay, so this is how like development happened and who were the ones who were the early reptiles and who were the ones who gave rise to modern reptiles. So we have to see here. If you see here, early reptiles gave rise to 2 categories. Okay, let's just look there and write here. See, early reptiles. Okay, early reptiles gave rise to 2 categories. Who are the 2 categories? Let's look here. One is sauropsids and this image is not clear, but all of you open your NCERT. Okay, synapsids, sauropsids. Okay, sauropsids, synapsids. So sauropsids. Wait, what is the spelling? Synapsids. Okay, these 2 categories. You can see that. Open your NCERT, otherwise you cannot see the image clearly here. Now, look here students. This sauropsids gave rise to, I am drawing like that mace, no? Sauropsids gave rise to thecodons. Okay, can you see? Sauropsids gave rise to thecodons. I have drawn the arrow mark here. This thecodons gave rise to 2 things. One was, here they are telling dinosaurs. One was, I mean both of them dinosaurs. Thecodons, they got extinct. Then this synapsids gave rise to plecosauruses, that got extinct. Plecosauruses gave rise to therapsids. Therapsids gave rise to mammals. Okay, so this is full mace only. This thecodons gave rise to One full maze I have drawn, students. Now I have to write it by myself. Okay. Yeah. Echinoderms got extinct. Okay. Echinoderms got extinct. This was from sauropsids. They formed echinoderms. Okay. Echinoderms. Echinoderms got extinct. And they gave rise to modern day reptiles. Okay. They gave rise to modern day reptiles. Modern day reptiles. Modern day reptiles. Got it? Next one. Okay, next one. Synapsids. Okay. Yeah, it's lunchtime, dear, but I have to finish this class, then I have to go for the next class. Okay. Synapsids, two categories. Plecosauruses. Okay. Plecosauruses. And second one was what, students? Look here, therapsids. No, therapsids. I'll write this. It might be difficult to see here, okay, to understand this. So I will only write it for you. Now this Plecosauruses got extinct. Okay, कुछ नहीं हुआ, extinct हो गया. Okay, this got extinct. Tanuja, why are you sad? Okay, and therapsids. Look here, students. Therapsids gave rise to the modern mammals. Okay. Therapsids gave rise to the modern mammals. These things you have to know. Okay, who gave rise to modern mammals, who gave rise to modern day reptiles. So here if you see, you cannot understand that well, but still somewhat you will understand. Sauropsids gave rise to echinoderms. Echinoderms got extinct, but still they gave rise to modern reptiles. Here you can see modern reptiles. Then like this, okay, modern reptiles and birds also here they are showing. Because dinosaurs, your Archaeopteryx, all are like missing links, no? Synapsids went to Plecosauruses. From Plecosauruses, they formed, that got extinct, they formed therapsids. Therapsids formed the modern mammals. So this is the whole differentiation. Clear? Any doubts, ask me right now. Dinosaurs, therapsids got extinct. They tell, I'll write here modern day reptiles and birds. Okay? Because one of the arrow marks shows towards the birds. Done, done. Students, era and all, geological era and all, you don't have to study. Utna to it's not there. Okay, utna you don't have to take tension. Okay, now next last topic I believe is your man. Okay, man. So here students, some more important words are there that we'll learn. See, giant ferns, okay, giant ferns, which is your pteridophytes, were present, but they all fell to form coal deposits slowly. Some of these land reptiles went back into water to evolve into fish like reptiles, probably 200 million. This is what I told you, reptiles 200 million years ago. Ichthyosauruses, they have given example. The land reptiles were, of course, the dinosaurs. The biggest of them was Tyrannosaurus rex. Okay, Tyrannosaurus rex. Okay, was about 20 feet in height and had a huge, fearsome dagger-like teeth. About 65 million years ago, the dinosaurs suddenly disappeared and no one knows the reason exactly for that. Okay, we do not know the true reason. Some say climatic changes killed them, some say most of them evolved into birds. The truth may live in. So students, that's why I wrote here birds, because if you see here, can you see dinosaurs? After that, the next one they're showing is birds. And if you remember, your missing link is Archaeopteryx, which is missing link means a fossil that shows face like dinosaur, feathers like birds. So they are believing that dinosaurs got evolved into birds, but all this is just assumptions. Okay, all this is just assumptions, and small sized reptiles of that era still exist. Understood? So this is why I wrote modern reptiles and birds. Okay, Tyrannosaurus rex and your Ichthyosauruses you should remember. Now, the first mammal was shrews. So this is how shrews look. It looks very similar to rat, but they are very small. Okay. Their fossils are small sized. Mammals were viviparous and protected by their unborn young inside the mother's body. Mammals were more intelligent in sensing and avoiding danger, like us, like they understood. Okay. That was Sony. It is just an assumption that maybe the body, the structure, if you see, how dinosaur is, that's how it is. Okay. So, intelligent in sensing and avoiding danger. When reptiles came down, mammals took over this earth. There were in South American mammals resembling horse, hippopotamus and your bear, rabbit, etc. due to continental drift. Understand, okay? Due to continental drift, when South America joined North America, these animals were overridden by the North American fauna. That means the ones that survived in South America was not able to withstand or survive in North American fauna, vegetation. So many of them got extinct is what they believe. Okay, they believe that is continental drift has happened. Because of the continental drift, South American animals came to North America, but they were not able to adjust to North American fauna. Okay, due to same continental drift, poached animals of Australia survived because of lack of competition. The students, this was a PYQ. PYQ, why Australian animals stayed in the same Australia and did adaptive radiation is because they did not have a terrestrial land route to migrate. That is the reason why they stayed back there, and they did not have competition, because of which they all existed happily. Okay, full happy PP they are. Now we have to write origin of man. Now last time also I had wrote this dra hen. Okay, this is a new type of hen. Dra hen, that is. Students, after this we'll take a break only. That means we'll finish the chapter itself. This is Dryopithecus. I want all of you to tell me one letter. Dryopithecus, Ramapithecus. Excuse if some small baby spelling mistakes are there. A stands for Australopithecus. H stands for Homo erectus. E stands for Homo habilis, Homo erectus. Homo habilis, Homo erectus, Neanderthal man. Dra hen. Okay, dra hen means this. Got it, all of you? Okay, this is dra, okay, hen. Dra hen. Clear? Able to see? Now we are going to study about these things. Okay, we are going to study about these people. Ready, students? Yes, Dryopithecus, Ramapithecus, Australopithecus, Homo habilis, Homo erectus, Neanderthal man. Now we will see how evolution happened in them. Okay, one by one, how did evolution happen? Okay, did you all smash the like button? Anyone who hasn't marked their attendance will be thrown out of the class. Okay, so look here. About 50 million years ago, primates called as Dryopithecus and Ramapithecus were existing. So we will start here again. 15 million years ago, who existed, students? Dryopithecus, okay, Dryopithecus and Ramapithecus, okay. Dryopithecus and Ramapithecus were existing. They were hairy, okay, very important. These people were hairy. I am writing here only. They used to like gorillas, okay, like gorillas. This is why we tease and tell, no, sometimes we call our friends gorilla, chimpanzee, and we tell you look like my ancestor. This is why you tell, okay. It is not joke, but it is true that we actually had our ancestors who look like gorilla and chimpanzees. Okay, now got it? Okay, yes, Ramapithecus was more man-like while Dryopithecus were more ape-like, right? Reflection is there, but I'm correct, I hope. Okay, so they're telling Ramapithecus was more man-like. That means evolution was happening. Okay, Dryopithecus was more ape-like. Okay, ape-like. Done, done, huh? Done. Okay. Next statement. What is the next statement? Till here we did. Okay. Now, few fossils of man-like bones have been discovered in Ethiopia and Tanzania. These revealed hominid features leading to belief that about 3 to 4 million years ago, man-like primates walked in Eastern Africa. So here what are they telling? They are telling that they found fossils. Okay, they found fossils. Okay, that was bones were found in where, students? Ethiopia and Tanzania. That proved that man-like, okay, man-like characters were there. Okay, man-like characters were there that were seen in Eastern Africa. Okay, seen in Eastern Africa. Okay, Africa. Next one, what are they saying? They were probably not taller than 4 feet but walked upright, like the back was straight enough, they were walking upright. Now 2 million years ago, very very important, 2 million years ago, okay, they saw what, students? 2 million years ago Australopithecus probably lived. Okay, Australopithecus probably lived in East African grasslands. Evidence, okay, East African grasslands. Evidence shows that they hunted with stone weapons, very important. They hunted, okay, hunted with stone weapons. Hunted with stone weapons and but essentially ate fruits. Ate fruits. Some of the bones among the bones discovered were different. This creature was called as the first human-like being hominid and it was called as Homo habilis. The brain capacity, now we are talking about them. The brain capacity was between 650 to 800 cc. Okay, 650 to 800 cc. They probably did not eat meat. Fossil discovered in Java in 1891 revealed the next stage. Okay, that is Homo erectus. So let's write it here in the next sheet. Students, there what happened? Homo, the first very important question can come. First human-like, okay, first human-like was Homo habilis. What was their brain capacity? Their brain capacity was 650 to 800 cc. Okay, after that in Java, okay, in Java in 1891 they found the next one, that is your Homo erectus. Okay, they found Homo erectus. See, look here, Homo erectus, that is about 1.5 million years ago. 1.5 million years ago. They found Homo erectus had a large brain capacity of 900 cc and they probably ate meat. Important things, okay. Their brain capacity was 900 cc and they were eating meat. Okay, they ate meat. Yes, okay, they ate meat. Next was the Neanderthal man, that is the last, okay. Neanderthal man, this was when, students? Around 1400 lived in Near East Central Asia. It was between 1 lakh, okay, how many zeros I've put I have no idea, okay, 1 lakh to 10,000 years back, right, in the near past years back we saw Neanderthal man. We didn't see, someone else saw Neanderthal man who had a capacity of, brain capacity of 1400 cc, and this people used to bury their dear ones. Okay, this is when they understood that, okay, these people have some nature to humans. Okay, Homo, so they used to hide and they used to cover their bodies. At the same time, they used to also bury. Okay, they used to cover their body and bury dead. Okay, bury the dead and buried the dead. Next was Homo sapiens, which arose in Africa and moved across the continents and developed into distant races during Ice Age between, that is 75,000 to 10,000 years ago. Modern Homo sapiens arose. So after Neanderthal man, the next most important is 75,000 to 10,000 years ago. Who came? Homo sapiens came. We came. Okay, Homo sapiens came, and these people took over the entire world. Okay, took over the entire world. Okay, years back, and human settlement started. So here you can see prehistoric cave art developed about 18,000 years ago. Like matlab they started finding homes and they started carving. Agriculture came about 10,000 years back. Who came? Agriculture. And human settlement started. The rest of what happened is human history. Wow, wow. I love NCERT. Okay, the way they are poetic about some things is very fun. Okay, it's very, very fun. Chalo, we are done with evolution. We are done with evolution. Yes, evolution is over, students. The whole chapter is over. So I hope you really, really liked it. Now all of you go to the description box, and if you are staying in Delhi, you have to fill your form. That is Shreya sir and Diksha ma'am is coming to Delhi VLC centers, and you still have a chance to join our DNA batches as well. I will just show you all. Okay, and definitely see, all of you go here. I will show you what and all can you see under the class. Okay, students, this is the class. If you go here to more, first link that you see is your to fill the registration. Okay, fill the registration. Second thing that you see is your DNA batch. If you only want your DNA batch, you can click on the view course plan, and it is right now also at 4,000 rupees, which will increase later, and you can see your teachers here. Okay, you can see your teachers here. Buy the full course, click on that, and then you will be able to buy the whole course. And these are the things that you will be getting. Okay, so yes. So I hope the session was really, really helpful. Let me know in the chat box how the session was. And Soni Mohan, do not forget your homework as well. So thank you so much for joining, students. Do not forget to smash the like button and let me know in the comments if the session was helpful. Part 1 is already there on the channel. Just go there and search Evolution Part 1 by Gopika ma'am. You will find the class as well. You will watch the whole lecture and the evolution chapter is over. And all the notes you will get it on Vedantu NEET English Telegram. And if you want to join with me, you can join me on Biology by Gopika. So thank you so much. Tata, bye-bye, see you all. Lots of love, take care, and take good rest of yourself.